Hey there, fellow summoners. We're doing things a little out of order this time. I wanted to kind of play around with analytics and see how this video did before the summon video. So that's what we're gonna do. This is the FEH tracker, which is the compilation of monthly notes on legendary and mythic banners that tell you which heroes are coming back when from the legendary and mythic categories. And we're going to do this before the summon video, so the summon video will be coming probably in the next 2-ish days. But right now, let's take a look at who's coming back when, so you can decide when you want to try and roll on this particular banner, or these characters, or these units, or these skills, or this fodder, or what have you. So, we just had the Julia banner, which is probably one of the strongest blue legendary mythic banners we have had in a very, very long time. But we'll get to her in just a second. So, next month, there is no change. From the last time I did this, September has not been touched, and for that matter, neither has October. Curious. But September, we are looking at legendary Ephraim, legendary Erica, Ellawood, or Elliewood? I think it's Elliewood. I always call them Ellawood. Hreed and Yoon and Air. So as you might imagine, red is full. We will not be getting a red mythic hero next month. Looking at September, that is what we would be getting. Blue is still very, very much in the race. We just had a blue unit. I'd probably put money on green at this point. I've been saying that for a while. This seems like the perfect time to do it. Just had blue, red is full, colorless is kind of just what do we do with that? Green seems like a good option, so we may actually be looking at Thor this time. And I've said that before, so I have no credibility, and it wasn't Thor. But that's where my head is particularly at this particular moment. October we've got legendary Lucina and Azura coming back for blue. Ryoma is in red. Hector's repping green, and Alm is back for colorless. So if you haven't had Alm yet, he is one that hasn't really been in high rotation for a while, which is surprising because he is colorless, but it's mostly because he's newer. Same with Ellawood. I think September's the first time Ellawood's coming back, so if you haven't gotten him yet, that would be a pretty decent time to do it with a full red stock like that. But October's pretty wide open, man. And the thing is, they don't really do back-to-back heroes, so nobody from September should be coming into the October slot. So like the Julia banner that we've got going on right now, everybody from that banner went back to either November or December. So they had a good 90 to 60 day wait period. Even 120 if you're looking at December. So I don't know how they're going to fill that out. I assume we're going to be looking at a lot more special units. Of course, when we get to October, we're going to be looking past spring and probably more into the summer stuff. So if you missed some summer units, we're probably going to be looking at those returning in October. And of course, we do have extra summon banners in the summer months for the summer banners, so that might be why the legendary mythic pool is kind of small for those months. Just a guess. No pool is cut off, so could be a legendary hero of any color for that month of October. November, this is where we had a slight correction, I believe. You can see Sothis down there. Sothis was supposed to show up in October, but there was an in-game notification that, along with this particular banner note, that said, the next availability of Sothis, Girl on a Throne, was listed as late October, but has been changed to late November. So last month when we did this, she was coming back in October. That is now November. And I assume that probably has something to do with, we have these special banners coming in. Or, it could be like we're getting another Mythic or another legendary mythic hero in October that is red. That could be too. But they definitely have something planned for that. So keep your eyes peeled. But November we have Fjorm, Julia is coming back, and then legendary Tiki. Those three are going to round out the blue pool. Sothis and Marth now in red, Lynn for green, and Duma back in colorless. My personal opinion, I think if you want Julia bad enough, this is the time to get her. The blue pool in November when she comes back is still kind of good. It's very similar to what it is now, except you're swapping Naga for Fjorm. Fjorm has been around for a long time, and Naga is much more useful in Ether raids with her blessing and whatnot. So I would say try and pick up Julia now. Your pity rate break is probably a little bit better on blue right now than it would be in November. So maybe give that some thought if Julia is of interest to you. The only reason to really try and go for her in November is if you're trying for Fjorm merges, because like I said, the blue pool has not changed. And you probably want Naga if you haven't gotten Naga yet. December's an interesting one. The remnants of whatever was left over from this banner. Naga is in blue, Roy and Ike are in red, Gunther is coming back for green, and Robin is back for colorless. So again, nothing is closed up. Could be anybody, anyone. So we have Mythic for September, Legendary for October, Mythic for November, and that means December we will be coming back with a Legendary unit to round out the end of the year. So that's kind of exciting. Last year's, I think it was Hreed that kind of rounded everything out. Book 2 should actually be, or Book 3. Book 3 should actually be ending probably sometime in October. And then there's kind of this 4 to 6 week lull. And then the next book starts up in, I believe it's November. So we're kind of rounding out this next series of Book 3 too, which is kind of interesting. November is going to be an absolutely stacked month, so I assume, you're probably going to want to pull on that. December's probably going to be stacked as well, because you got to remember the September, October, they're probably going to be filtering down a little bit into November, December. Which leaves very little room for any kind of special unit that's popping back up. Keep in mind also the the Brave units that we've got right now, the Choose Your Legends 3s. They will be making a return at some point into this as well. And it'll probably start in November, I would guess. Because they tend to fill in regular pool 5-star exclusives faster than they do the seasonal or special units. So that might be something to consider too, because I know that banner's ending in a couple days. If you haven't gotten the hero that you wanted from that, you will have a chance probably in the next 5-ish months, and they'll start appearing again. So something to consider. But overall, I'm not overwhelmed by any particular month that's coming up. November looks pretty good. September is also looking kind of interesting. Red is going to be a very good pool for September. November, red is going to be another really good pool, as is blue, I guess, for the most part. And then December, I think Roy is kind of pulling for the red at this particular moment, because everybody got a free Ike, and that's the only reason. But other than that, I don't really know that anything jumps out at me in terms of, oh hey, this is really busted, we should pull for that. But there you go. So that's your hero tracker for September, which is actually in August, but that's okay, because we're doing things differently this time. In the comments, let me know what you guys think. Which month are you most excited for? I think I'm looking forward to November. It is my birthday month. There's a lot going on in November for me. And anytime I get some extra Marth merges, I am a happy lad. So there it is. We will be doing the summon session probably in the next couple days, and I'll also have another video out closely related to Choose Your Legends, probably beginning of next week, so keep your eyes out for that. But that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. We do a lot of Heroes content over here. Don't know if you noticed. And live streams will be starting up relatively soonish. So get excited for that. That's it. That's all I got. Be on your way, Summoners. Thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you next time.